is that your body starts to tell you that it wants more of this nourishing food, and it really edges out the other previous cravings. How do we not get sick of meat? So this is a question that we have been getting multiple times, because when people hear that we are doing a zero carb carnivore lifestyle that's just animal meats and animal fats, that's one of the first things they think about, because we as a society are used to variety. Society and variety. Even though we
Loads
do
of it.
usually end up
Aisles and
eating,
aisles and aisles of it at the store.
right, we usually end up eating kind of,
Packages and packages of shit.
right. But we think about variety, and we also
Mhm.
have like certain foods for certain times. Like the
Right.
holidays, we eat different things than we eat normal times. Or if we're having a snack night, or if we're having brunch, like we just have all these different
Or
foods
going out to eat
associated
choices with
with
Mexican
special
food, barbecues,
events, right? And
steakhouses,
and so to think
cafes.
that we are going to reduce that all down to just meat and butter and eggs, especially just like
And
red
and
meat
and
and
yeah, as I
butter and
say, mostly
eggs
just red meat.
and bacon, feels very confining. It feels very reductionist.
Restrictive.
Yes, restrictive. So that is also what I thought when I was first introduced to this concept by this crazy over here. I was like, what? I don't think that's good for women, for one thing. That
Oh, you
sounds
did say that.
really super wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I said
But
it because
that
I believed it.
well, and that's what's promoted is women should have a salad. They have salads to lose weight.
Right.
And they're trying to get their guys to have a
Right. Their guys
salad.
are the
You
meat and
do
potatoes,
that,
or the red meat man. And so Tom had to find me some good resources like Dr. Elizabeth
Yep.
Bright and
Kelly Hogan.
Kelly Hogan. Yeah, Kelly Hogan, she talked about butter boobs, and I was like, okay, a weight loss program where I'm not going to end up with deflated water balloons on
Yep.
my chest, I'm in. So the reason we don't get sick of meat is, I would say, twofold. Do you want to?
Well,
We don't know how
it's
many points it will be.
yeah,
Go
I
for it.
don't I don't I don't know. We've had some, I guess, ebb and flow from steak and burger to because we have sausage, with our eggs, a
Like
lot of
pork
the time,
sausage.
pork
Like we'll
sausage, yeah.
cycle through
Yeah,
different
so how
things.
it's cooked, um, whether it's cooked more, cooked less, seared more, that's for, meat. Whether we just cook up the meat like taco meat, but no taco stuff in it, just
Right, just
meat,
like ground beef
put
and
butter in it and
mhm.
salt. So there is variation in the sense that we alter how we cook it.
We could scramble our eggs or fry them. Like
Right, it's like
like
that.
that
But it's
puts
but it's
variety.
but it's also it's so satiating that I don't know. I mean, I'm 191 days in now, I think, or 92, something like that. And I really don't have a need for something different. Well, I did the other day when I say it wasn't a need, but it was like, oh, we could have that. We were at the job. We were just a little short on what we were gonna cook up in our griddle and our skillet. And so there was a place that has good barbecue that just, you
Oh,
know,
yeah, just like
so we went
brisket.
and got, a pound of brisket and,
Yeah.
had a little bit. We each, I think we split it between three of us.
Which had
And
like 3 slices of it. Yeah.
right. And then
Just
some meat.
added a
So,
little extra
so that's a
flavor.
little different flavor from how they smoke it.
Yeah.
But it is kind of strange. And until you do this for a while, there's just no way to understand. You have to trust and try
Right.
if you know, will be brave. Yeah. And it does seem crazy because that was my first thought too, was like, just meat. What does that equal? Because initially when we started, I went to Sam's, I bought fish and I bought chicken and I think I bought two types of fish and
Uh-huh.
we haven't eaten the fish and we haven't eaten the chicken and
We ate
it's
a little of it, and it's just,
it
yeah, sitting
doesn't
in the freezer.
so it doesn't have the holding staying power that if it's not ruminant meat. The ruminant meat's what holds what holds you in it. I don't know, when you purge your body of all the sugars and poisons and the cravings start going away, which they did right away for the most part. I mean, yeah, because it was, I don't want to die plan, so I was really focused. But
You were motivated.
I was motivated. I was highly inspired to live. And so you're able to think so much clearer because your body's not bogged down and your metabolic health is increasing and everything's getting better. Your choices are easier and your focus is good. And, if you truly want to feel better. Now, granted, maybe this is a little different for somebody like me who started out in the high 300s, as opposed to like my son who's doing this, who, you know, needed to lose a couple pounds and that was it. And he just wanted to bulk up and be healthy. And so there could be a little different perspective from that vantage point.
Yeah.
Um, but the choice, it's just easy to make the choice. Our bodies say, eat this. What are we eating?
Yes.
I never even think about other choices. It was funny the other day. I went to pick up some medicine at the Walmart pharmacy, and I had to walk through the checkout aisles where all the candy is, all the vending, the Coke, um, the freezer,
Soda machine, or the
yeah,
machines that I mean
the
the
cases. So
fridge, the little fridges that
right,
have all the sodas. Yeah.
and then you pop out of there, and they had all the Hostess. I don't know if it was Hostess, yeah, Hostess and
Like the Twinkies and
Twinkies and
stuff like that.
cupcakes.
Yeah.
All it was just lined for Christmas, and I was looking at it, I'm like, I have no urge or no desire for this. It is gone. I mean, and in previously, I would have grabbed something because it's the
It's
holiday. It's a
Christmas.
buck.
Treat
I'll get me
ourselves.
a cupcake,
Yeah.
and then I'll get a Coke because I really like Coke. I guess I do, and
You used to.
used to for sure. Um, I don't know. It's like it takes on a life of its own if you will stay the course. But it goes back to people that start this and they try to ease into it. Yeah, maybe they have to. Maybe I don't know, but if you're hanging on to, if you got one foot in the sugar pile and one foot in the meat, I don't know how you ease towards that. I cold turkey, shut it down, chop it off, and within a week or two, everything's different.
So the thing that happens when you just commit and you just let your body adjust as quickly as it can without the confusion of one foot in the sugar pile and one foot in the meat pile is that your body starts to tell you that it wants more of this nourishing food, and it really edges out the other previous cravings. Like when I used to eat a meal, I would never be fully satisfied or satiated, even though I was definitely full, like very full. So then I would be grazing, then I would be looking for something else to eat. That doesn't happen when you eat carnivore. When you know to eat enough and when you've got your balance of fat and protein, which I mean, there's a bit of science to that. Like you kind of
Got to
got to
figure it out. Take some
work it
work.
out for yourself. But then when you're done, it's like my friend Lindy says, there's an off switch installed that you never had before.
It,
So when you're done eating, you don't even think about food until you get hungry again, which is sometimes 6, 8 hours later. And it is so hard to explain if you haven't experienced it before. I had never experienced
mm-mm.
it before. It was like I was never quite full and I could always have an extra little snack or
Or we'd
whatever.
eat some big dinner, and then it's like, yeah, 30 minutes later, it's like we're digging through the cabinets for chips or snacks or what do we
Do
get?
we have
Or,
ice cream?
hey,
Do you want to
let's
go
go
on a
to snack
snack run?
run. $80 later. Those days are gone, thank God.
It's so,
Sheesh.
so hard to explain because it's a feeling, and it's a feeling that is so grounded in your body. There's such a connection that your body makes with the nourishment you're receiving that literally to go out and eat off a plan would take an actual plan. Like if you just, like we're autopiloting on
Mm-hmm.
this. We are literally autopiloting. It's really hard to get sick of something that's doing that for you, especially coming from where we did.
And that is, I know, hard to understand.
It is hard to imagine. Just trust us if you want to
Give it a
and
shot.
give it a shot.